Hi, and welcome to L.I.F.E, the Los Angeles Institute for Film Excellence, the show that caters to independent filmmaking. I am your host, George Vincent, and today we have the pleasure of talking with award-winning actor, writer, and producer, Mr. Benjamin Onyango, known for roles in Tears of the Sun, God's Not Dead 1, 2, and 3, Beautifully Broken, and so much more. Hello, Mr. Onyango, and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me, George.
Let's just jump right in.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from.
Okay, I'm from Kenya. I'm the second child of 7 boys. Believe it or not, my mom had 7 boys. And I grew up in a ghetto area in Jericho, in Nairobi. And the ghetto area, what I mean by that is that we were poor, but we never knew we were poor because we ate every day. So it was one of those things. It's like, you are dirt poor, but you don't know you're poor because you're eating every day. At least mom and dad, they put food on the table. But, so that was my experience. I came from that, and I did the best that I could, went through school, and then I raised some money, believe it or not, on my own, tried to get people to save money, raise money for me, and that's how I made myself. I got to the United States finally.
And when was that?
That was 1987.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It sounds like a success story to me.
Yeah. My wife is always talking about doing a book on it, and we're writing it from Jericho to the United States.
Mr. Onyango, you mentioned that your father put you through school. What were you studying?
Before I answer that, could we just make it Benji? The Onyango sounds so formal for me. It's like I'm not used to that. I've known you so many years, so if you can just call me Benji.
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
It's fantastic.
All right. So education. I was so disturbed when I was 18. My dad got me to work at the place where he was working. It was BAT Kenya Limited. They made cigarettes. That was like the best employer in the nation. And so he got me there. I was working in the computer department and, keying data and all that kind of stuff. But what disturbed me was that my dad never went to university. My mother never went to university. All my brothers. And I wanted to be the first one in our home to go to university. I knew my dad didn't have any money. So what was I going to do? So here I am working in the computer department, but I would like to be, first of all, I was a data entry operator. Then I was promoted to computer operator, but then I wanted to be a programmer. That the only way I was going to do that if I went to university. So what I did was I started to raise money. I started to talk to people, to guys, I'm trying to get further education, please help me. And they gave me money, and I went to United States International University in Kenya. There's 4 of them.
What inspired you? I mean, what led you to go down that path of becoming an actor?
When I was young, I think I was a teenager. In our church in Jericho Baptist Church, I used to write plays for the youth. I was part of the youth, and we would, in that, and work with that. And I thought that was kind of cool. So now that I'm in the United States, and I know over here there's acting, there's Hollywood and all that stuff. So when I graduated in 1992, I told my wife, I'm going to go try this acting thing in Hollywood. It's only 6 hours away. So I took my car and drove. Found a place in Hollywood Boulevard. There was first of all, I joined the band. And the band members told me, okay, there's a guy over here where we rehearse. He also rents out space. So I got that space, and while looking for work, my wife would pay, the rent, because she's the only one working in Turlock. She's still in Turlock, and I'm in Hollywood. So I'm trying my thing, and that's how the acting thing started, man. I did so many jobs as an extra. You call your friend, you tell them, hey man, I'm in the whatever ER, everybody's watching. He's in ER. I was like, oh man, we didn't see you. And I'm like, did you see that leg that went over there like that? That was me. It's like, dude, it was crazy. When you're a background actor, forget it. But I did so many until one day. Every time I used to say, every time I went acting, I would say, I speak Swahili. Every time.
Yeah.
By the way, I speak Swahili. It never worked for me. I'd said this so many times, the 35th time, 45th, 55th time, I think is when it worked on the set of the X-Files.
You beat me to it. I was going to ask you about that right now.
Oh, go for it.
This
Go
is
ahead.
incredible.
Let me see it. Yeah.
Okay, you have a lot of credits from background to now with a ton of credits both in film and in TV.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. What was it like working on the X-Files with David Duchovny?
Oh, by the way, I never even met him on this particular, because I did the season finale, 1999 season finale. He wasn't even there. But Gillian Anderson was. Okay. So she's the one that I worked with. Nice. So I never saw Duchovny but Gillian was amazing. I even took a picture with her. I was like, hey, put that on Facebook, showing people I'm with Gillian Anderson. They were like, wow, man, that's amazing. Yeah, so on the set of the X-Files, that's when that thing worked for me, the Swahili speaking thing. So I was like, oh, by the way, I speak Swahili. And the first AD was like, she just went away. 10 minutes later, he said, Benjamin. Oh, man, I was so scared. I thought, why did I open my big mouth? Why did I have to say all that stuff? Did you say you speak Swahili? I said, yes. Oh, could you teach everybody on the set how to say a few words here and there? I said, yeah, sure. And that's how they bumped me from an extra to a principal player. And the next day I come in, man, I have my name on the trailer. I'm like, what, man? I have a trailer. This was crazy. My first speaking role, X-Files, because I kept on saying, I'm speaking Swahili. I speak Swahili.
Benji, that is priceless. It's great. I can relate to that because I don't speak Swahili, but I speak Greek. Okay. And when I'm on a set or something, I'll always pass that out, hey, I can do that in Greek or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's been my saving grace sometimes. Nice, yeah. So I can relate to that. All right. Now, you also worked on one of my favorite shows, The Shield. Oh. With Michael Chiklis, Walton Goggins, CCH Pounder. Tell me about that experience.
You just mentioned 3 actors, but the only one I met was Michael Chiklis.
Okay.
Michael Chiklis was amazing. I was like, wow. I was taking my kids to school. And then who do I see? I'm driving back. Michael Chiklis, jogging. I'm like, oh, wow. So he must stay around here because he was jogging. He was just jogging. It was early in the morning and he was jogging. And then I think it was 3 months or 4 months later, I'm on The Shield. And there he is, right there in front of me. I was like, wow. And he's talking to me. Right. It was amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What was the audition for that anyway? Like, what was that? Do you remember the audition?
Yes, the audition was... You won't believe what I did. And I can't even believe that I got that job that day. So, as an actor, you try things. And you're going to get no's.
Oh, yeah. And
I had gotten so many no's. And it never got to me until that day when I was auditioning for The Shield. So I went in there, did my thing, and those 3 of them. And the lady says, the guy asked, can he do it again? The lady said, no. And the way she said it, it just got to me. Mm. So I went outside and I took my sides and I slammed them into this trash can with all my might. People who want to go in to audition, they're like, whoa, what the heck? And the lady who just said, no, just let him. She was just coming out and she looked at me and was like, whoa. And I didn't care. Yeah. Because for the first time, it got to me. Mm-hmm. All these no's. When I'm driving home, manager calls. Hey, Benji, you got it. I'm like, what? The way I just behaved over there, I got this job. I didn't tell him that, but wow. So that was the weirdest thing. And so when I always tell people, man, just don't worry about it, man. The no's will be there because it's the industry, Sometimes they're looking for something that's not you. Yeah. Sometimes it's you, but maybe something else. Somebody else added something to that. Sure. That's why they chose him over you or her over you. Don't worry about it.
And it's also, I find that they have a certain image of what they want or who they're looking for.
Yes.
So if you're not fitting that image, it doesn't matter.
Dude, I have no idea how I got that job the way I behaved.
Okay, let's move on to the next one.
Yes.
On Tears of the Sun,
Oh,
what was it like working with director Antoine Fuqua and Bruce Willis?
yeah. Those two guys, wow. First of all, the reason I really got into acting a lot after that, because Tears of the Sun was my second movie. X-Files was the first one I have speaking role. The next job was Tears of the Sun. I wasn't even going on it. It was my daughters. I took my daughters, 17-year-old and the 7-year-old, to audition. When I was sitting there, no, or rather, when I went to pick them up, the casting director, she's pretty big. She was sitting there smoking, and my kid is playing outside with her. So she was kind of babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
So I came and I said, "Oh, your daughter tells me that you are an actor too." I said, "Oh yeah, what have you done?" I'm like, "Wow, okay." 7-year-old is my agent. So I said, "Yeah, I've done a lot of extra work, about 50 or 60, but last month, it was my first time I got a speaking role in the X-File." She said, "Would you like to read for this role?" I'm like, "Yes." I went inside, read for it. They got my older daughter. The next week, she's going to Hawaii to shoot Tears of the Sun. Me, nothing. My little daughter, nothing. I'm like, wow. Then a week later, the limos came for me too. I'm going too. I'm like, wow, awesome. So anyways, working on Tears of the Sun was amazing. You can imagine 5 months in Hawaii.
Mm.
It was one of the greatest gigs ever. That for me, even to this day, by the way, that's like my biggest earn. That's how we bought the house and all that. Tears of the Sun was amazing, and Bruce Willis. I just watched this guy work, man. I'm like, wow, I want to be like that. I want to be like that, and that's what actually charged me to now follow acting. After that, watching Bruce Willis and Antoine Fuqua is another crazy guy.
Yeah.
This guy, man, he does like 12. You see, I hear what's his name, Clint Eastwood.
2 or 3?
Two.
Yeah.
2. That's it. He never does more than 2.
Yeah.
He says 50% is good enough. But Antoine, 12.
Wow.
12. Dude, that's why he paints pictures. He knows how to paint pictures with his directing, and it's crazy. But he takes so many roles. It was like I learned something from him too, and I learned something from Bruce Willis.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Benji, you won Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor in film festivals for
Yes.
Kwame and also for Freshman Year.
Yes.
Tell us about that wonderful experience.
Kwame was one of those movies. It was a student film from USC. The director was actually writing a story about himself, his dad, and all. I played his dad in that movie, and Kwame is actually a true story, you know. So when he auditioned me, I didn't even, you know. I did the best that I could. I did whatever. And he said, no. You are my dad. You will play my dad. Edward Osejima, that's his name, the director. And I was so happy he got me because I hadn't done something for so long. So when I got this, okay, it was a student film. You don't get paid or anything. But it was one of those, you know, the students who were trying to, master's students. So
like
it was,
thesis projects.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like the real deal. That's good stuff.
Yes.
They don't play around. So I got that. The film festivals that make you can,
Yes.
if you win, you actually be in the Oscar. We got number 2
Wow.
for short films for students. I was like, no, but that's okay. But then in that same festival, another festival, I think it was the Mexico Film Festival. That's where I won the award.
Mm-hmm.
And then for freshman year, I was like, they just nominated me as a, supporting actor. And then when I got it, I was like, wow, I was shocked. I didn't expect anything. That one, I did not expect anything. So when they announced my name and there I was, man, I think it was in Atlanta. It was great. But, yeah, so.
Did you get to speak in front of the
Yes.
people? How was that?
Yes, I did. And I was like, I just thank the director. I thank God. I always say that God, if I ever win an award and I'm standing in front of people, I'll make sure that I give you your due. And I was so happy that I did it on that day. I thanked him first, and then I thanked, of course, my wife and the director, Jude Johnson, for giving me the chance to play that role that he trusted on me and trusted on me. So I was like, yeah, it was cool. It was a small little thing, but it was amazing for me.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Really, how many people can truly say, "I won Best Actor"? That's what we aspire to.
Yes, yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, did winning these awards affect your decision making in selecting future projects?
Funny enough is no, they did not. It's like me, I'm just one of those actors who just, whatever comes, comes. But of course, there's certain things that I would never do. But whatever comes, comes. And so far, it's like the last 8 movies that I've done have been Christian movies. It's like, wow, is this my thing now or what? I didn't get it because I did God's Not Dead 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then Jesus Saves, and then Beautifully Broken, and then your movie.
Which leads me into my next
I'm like,
question.
well, is this my thing now? So the answer to the question is no. I've never like said, okay, now I've won an award. Now I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna take certain projects. No, I've never been like that.
I can definitely say that you have not turned into a snob or nothing. No, that's what I love about you, Benji. That's what I love about you. And that brings me to the next thing.
Okay.
We also work together
Yes.
on a feature film that is very near and dear to me,
Yes.
and which I wrote, I co-directed, and it's called Heavenly Deposit. What was that experience for you like? And just remember, I can edit a lot of things here, so just no pressure.
I'll be nice. No, but I'll tell the truth though. When you approached me that day, you called me, and we went to Starbucks, and we sat there, and you told me about your project, and I said, man, I'll do it. That looks like God wants me to do just Christian films. I just finished God's Not Dead, whatever, and here you are with another one, which is also Christian film. It's faith-based and all that. I was like, wow, okay. And you were pretty nice about it, and you are like, okay, you're open to whatever suggestions I have, and your set was amazing. It was really, really good, and I liked your directing style. You're pretty laid back.
Thank you.
You're not like, hey, you got to do it like this and whatever. Whatever I've written down is what it has to be that way. No. That was not you at all. And I enjoyed my experience with you, and that was a great movie.
Benji, thank you for saying that. I'll tell you, I enjoyed working with you. You're a great actor, number one. Number two, I got to tell you, you're a team player, and that's important.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what's your thoughts on being a team player as an actor?
You have to be, because for me, it's like, if that's where snobbishness comes in. It's like, oh, I think I'm bigger than this, whatever, and all that stuff. Then why are you even there?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you there? Do, even if it's a small role, do it to the best of your ability. It's like, this is the Oscar moment for me, and it's gonna show on the screen. It's gonna, so that's why for me, that's being a team player. The director wants it this way, just go with it.
Yeah.
It's his vision. It's his project. But you bring your best.
Thank you for sharing that. Now it's time for George's This or That. These are quick responses. Here we go. Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla, any day.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Meat or veggies?
Meat.
Classical music or pop music?
Pop.
Boots or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
LA or New York?
LA, any day.
Indie film or blockbuster?
Indie film.
Fantastic. Well said. Benji, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to share your time with us today.
Yeah.
It's I just want to say I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me, man. This was when you called me, I was like, wow, yes, yes, I'm going, yes, yes, and it was fun. This was amazing. The director is amazing. He's like, whoa, okay. And then the cinematographer is very laid back to everybody. This is just a great set, man. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I wish you continued success on everything that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for watching Life. We'll see you next time.